Hello and welcome back to another video of Formula 1 Challenge 1995. Today is race 9 of the season, the German Grand Prix. It's a really fast track, so we got some settings ready to make sure that we have a chance to get some points or fight for good positions at least. So let's not waste any time, move over to the track and start the qualifying session and see where we end up on the grid. Let's go. And here we are at the qualifying session, starting our fast lap. And as you can see, again we were one of the first guys who are out. One of the Ligier is right behind us. So there is no set time as of yet. No one has the provisional pole. I actually really like this track because it's just damn fast. However, I could do without these chicanes. I think these were a bit easier when I played the 80s seasons. So again, it took a while to get used to them or just even find the right braking distance to make sure that we're not going out of the track. As you can see here, so this is what we're not about to do, or at least don't want to repeat too often. However, this massive cut actually might work to our advantage here, and we might get a better time than we were actually supposed to. And doing the back straight. Of this track really nicely if you get it right. Just lose it if you don't. And here we are at the finish line, 1:48, and the end results here: Schumacher first, Hill second, Coulthard third, and we start in P4. And Johnny Herbert is back to his usual position on P5. Then Alesi, Panis, Berger, Häkkinen, Frentzen, Barrichello, Blundell, that still should be Menzel, Irvine, Salo, Badoer, Brundle, Montermini, Katayama, Lamy, and so on and so on. Let's go over to the grid walk. And here we are on the grid: Schumacher first, Hill second, Coulthard third. And here we are, again back to a good starting position, P4. Well, thanks to that massive cut we did in the second chicane, but regardless, we got a good position. Herbert back to his usual position, P5, followed by the Ferrari, Alesi. Panis again, a great qualifying session in the Ligier. Berger, so the two Ferraris are right behind each other. Häkkinen on P9. Frentzen on P10. Not a bad result, but he usually does better than that. Barrichello on P11. Menzel on P12, even though he shows up in the list as Blundell. Irvine P13. Salo P14. Badoer in the Minardi P15. Brundle P16, again heavily out-qualified by his teammate. Montermini P17. Katayama P18. Lamy P19, quite unlucky for him. Gachot P20. Bouillon P21. Frentzen did a lot better. Morbidelli P22. Diniz P23. Our teammate Verstappen on P24. Not a good qualifying for him. P25 Inoue. And Moreno closes the grid as usual on P26. And here we are, the lights are almost all in and the lights are out, the race is on. Nothing really changes at the top of the pack. Schumacher stays in the lead, and as you can see, both Williamses try their luck at WRC. Herbert seemed to be fast for a while, and now we're catching up to Coulthard. So we'll see if we can make a move. He's on the inside, but now he draws back behind his teammate. So he's certainly not going to go for a move. We go for an aggressive dive here, and we're up to P2. This was quite a risky overtake, but it worked out. So we're right behind Schumacher. And at the end of lap 1, as you can see, we didn't close the gap to Schumacher and didn't really open any to the chasing Williams cars either. So we're just between them and just trying to, well, just stay in this position, because at this point I don't think it's possible for us to catch up with Schumacher. That Benetton again is just unbelievably fast, and you can see Hill looking in the mirror. So the Williams is fast as well, at least it seems to be faster than us in the straight. So we will have a difficult job trying to stick to this position. But regardless, the plan is to try and open a bit of a gap to Hill, so we can get some breathing space and just go our own pace. Schumacher more than 2 seconds ahead already. And at the end of lap 3, as you can see, we got a little bit closer to Schumacher, but nothing significant. However, we got a gap more than a second to Hill, which is slowly melting away here, and now we're back. So yeah, we can keep him at bay and within about a second or so, which is pretty good. And as you can see in the straight, Schumacher just pulled away. And on lap 5, it's still the same. Schumacher is about 2 seconds ahead. Hill is about a second behind, so we're just between the two in the empty air. And well, to be honest, this was a fairly boring race. Nothing really happened other than that. So we're just going here in the empty air and enjoying the view. Nice trees on the side of the track. The weather is nice, so no reason not to enjoy the drive here. All we need to pay attention to that we don't make any silly mistakes, just like in Silverstone that cost us a podium. And at the end of lap 8 we come out to the pits, get overtaken by both Hill and Coulthard and even Herbert. And let's see where we can come back to. Panis, yeah, he just goes past right now. And we're back to P8, right behind the train of Alesi, Berger, and I think that's Panis in the very, very front in the Ligier. And behind us is Häkkinen. So let's see if we can catch these guys and climb back to a better position. We're not going for an aggressive dive this time. We were just not close enough, pushing Alesi through the straight. And at this point I decided he needs to cut the crap, so we just go for the overtake. And at the back straight we are catching up to Berger as well. Another relatively easy overtake in the braking zone. We just outbrake him by a few inches. And we're right after Panis. And try to get back to P5. So that way we will be right behind Herbert, who is probably miles ahead at this point. going a bit too tight on the inside. Panis goes a bit wider, so we make the overtake and we're up to P5, and yes, Herbert is miles ahead, more than 15 seconds. That's a huge gap, goes by the pit stop. And here we are at the end of lap 15. We go for another set of fresh tires. So as I mentioned, this was a fairly boring race, so nothing happened. We were just going in the empty air, 15 seconds behind Herbert, and just opening a bit of a gap to Panis. So not much to show. And here you saw one of the Ferraris, Berger, and one of the McLarens, I think that was Häkkinen, in the pits. So we're back to P7, with Berger having now a massive 12 seconds lead. So that means that that was not Berger in the pit stop, but Alesi. My mistake. And yeah, here just I decided to leave this footage uncut, because if I started to cutting bits out, then this would be a really short video, and it's quite short in compared to the others as well. So now you can just see as we try to close the gap to Berger, that is down to a bit more than 11 seconds, and Menzel is just a bit more than 1 second behind us. So while not expecting much on the remaining 7 laps, I mean, to catch Berger, that we would need to get back almost 2 seconds a lap on him, which may be a bit difficult. However, I'm not sure if he's been out to the pit yet. If he's not, then we actually might be able to overtake him in the pits. And yeah, otherwise we just need to open a bit of a gap to Menzel. Okay, so that was Menzel, not Häkkinen. And just, yeah, try to get some points on this race as well. And starting from P4, P6 wouldn't really be a great result. I mean, we still lose 2 positions, but compared to the handicap we have with the tire wear and having to do more than 1 pit stop, unlike the AI, it's still not a bad result. So that's a lap in lap 17, and we overtook Berger, who is now behind us by quite a large margin at this point, and Herbert, as before, half a century ahead, more than 19 seconds, so I don't think it would be possible for us to catch up with Benetton in the remaining 6 laps. They are just far too fast. However, at this point we might want to petition Ford to give us the same engine, and we're both using the Ford engines, but well, ours doesn't seem to be as good as theirs, so yeah, that would maybe make it a fair fight and give us a fighting chance with the Benettons not pulling away by 20 seconds. So yeah, again, we're just enjoying the drive here in the empty space. More than 8 seconds of advantage to Berger, almost 20 seconds behind Herbert, so all we need to do is to pay attention to the tires to make sure that they survive the remaining laps, and just to open a gap enough to keep us in this position. So I think that around lap 20-21 these tires will start to veer off as well, and by then we need a gap that is enough to make sure we can comfortably finish the remaining 2-3 laps. And yeah, that would be us in P5, still up in the points, so not a bad result. And it's just 1 position down from where we started. Again, not bad. And we're racing Williamses and Benettons here with a Syntax, so that's pretty alright. And here we are again on this lovely chicane. This one is actually fairly easy, the other one can be tricky and sometimes it was just really hard to get it right. So you can easily leave a second or more in there if you misjudge it. They always try to cut a bit through it to win a bit of extra speed at the exit, so we can enter the straight with a relatively higher speed. As you can see, we constantly go on our highest speed in the straights, which is not really an engine friendly thing, but this is the most I could get out of the setup. And here we're using a relatively slow acceleration as well, so yeah. But actually we almost go up to 300, which is pretty cool, I think, compared to some races where our top speed on a straight is 280. So yeah, this one, these settings definitely work for these kind of fast tracks. And I actually made a note of what I changed, so I might actually try this on a track like Imola or something similar, and see if it gets us a better result. And what's going on? The car is slowing down, and as you can see, we pull a big black cloud of smoke behind ourselves, and this is it. The race is over on lap 19. The engine has blown. Just about when I start to talk about the engine wear, the engine blows up. Amazing. Though, yeah, it was fairly unexpected. I was hoping that it will survive regardless of the high engine revs. And look at this, Luca Badoer on P1. I have no idea what the AI pulled there, but at least something interesting and, well, pretty unexpected, just like the engine failure. He must have got through with the speed of light on the remaining 4 laps to get this result. Like, I'm not sure what the AI is pulling there, so if anyone knows something in the settings that allows me to watch the race after I manage to DNF, that would be lovely, because I wanted to see this, like how this could have happened. He was like P15 or something. So here are the current standings. Obviously, we doesn't have any points from this race. Schumacher still in the lead, followed by Hill, Coulthard, Herbert, and Frentzen is still very, very close. And now Berger is pretty close to us as well in the points. Constructor standing, we're down to P5. Sauber overtook us. So yeah, this was the German Grand Prix. Pretty interesting one. And a bit of unexpected events. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you at the next race in Hungary. Goodbye.